Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to 2020. I cannot believe it's 2020. It's crazy. I can't believe it. But it is, and here we are. So welcome to my first YouTube video of the new decade. It's a new decade, right? Right? That's what everyone's saying, so we're gonna go with that. So yeah, welcome to the first video of the new decade. I cannot believe it. I wanted to hop on here and just film this quick video today because I wanted to let you know I didn't give up on YouTube. I know it's been a while since I filmed, but you know, life just got in the way. So I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk a little bit about swimming, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going to happen going forward. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you now, I did take some notes in case you see me looking down. The first thing I'm going to talk to you about is what happened at the end of the year. So basically what had happened is sometime in November, I had a pairing where my insomnia hit me real hard, and I didn't sleep for 2 nights in a row. So that was extremely unfortunate, and I ended up having to book off, fatigued, and I went home. And for me, anytime I don't get enough sleep, I get sick. It just, every single time without fail, if I don't get enough sleep, I get sick. It's just the way I am. That's because sleep is crucial. But you know, so yeah, so I ended up getting really sick. I couldn't go to swimming. I couldn't go to work. Luckily I had a pretty good stretch of days off, so that helped, but I did still have to call in sick for a pairing. And then my sick days started creeping up, and it was just like all this rolling domino effect from this one incident where I was fatigued and didn't get enough sleep. So it was so annoying, but you know, it's a domino effect. So I got sick, couldn't go swimming, couldn't go to work, just, you know, sitting around. Finally, I started to feel like a little bit better. Wasn't 100%, but I'm like, I'm gonna go back to work. Like, I need to get back into this. So I went back to work, got sick again. Like, my body was like, no, we were not ready for work, and you're gonna pay for this. So I got sick again. So then I had to book off sick again, had to fly back home, had to miss swimming. Like, it was a whole big thing. So from like mid-November to mid-December, like, I was sick, not well, hardly working, not swimming, not getting anything done. So then mid-November rolls around. Well, now the end of December starts to roll around. Christmas season starts to roll around. And I picked up this awesome 30-hour layover in New York City trip. And I was going to be there all day on Saturday, December 20th. So I was so excited. And I bought myself a ticket to go see the Nutcracker at the very famous New York City Ballet, Lincoln Center, Nutcracker at Christmas, the whole thing. So excited, bought a ticket for that. And I also bought a ticket to see the Rockettes, because that's the other big Christmas thing that you do in New York. So I was super, super excited. I spent like $600 Canadian on these tickets, which is definitely a lot. It was a splurge. It was my Christmas gift to myself, and I was going to film a video too. I was going to film Christmas in New York City and show you guys all the sights and recaps of the shows and the whole big thing. But unfortunately, what happened was I landed into New York Friday night around 10 o'clock or something, and my phone wasn't working, and I wasn't really that worried about it. In fact, I ordered like ramen on Uber Eats, and I was like living life and like, this is the most amazing ramen, and this is why you go to New York, and like so happy thinking about the shows the next day. And then I was like, okay, I need my phone to like get around tomorrow for directions and stuff, so I gotta figure this out. So I looked into it with my phone company via online chatting because I couldn't use my phone. And long story short, someone had hacked my phone, stolen my phone number, gotten into my other accounts as a result, locked me out of my email, gotten into my credit cards, like a whole big thing. And the only way to fix it was to get a new SIM card and get my phone number back. And the only way I could do that was if I was in Canada. So I had no money, zero access to money, no phone, nothing. I ended up having to go back to Toronto right away. So I was dealing with this at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then my company was amazing. They got me on the first flight out the next morning, which was at 6 a.m. So the shuttle was picking me up at 4 a.m. So I didn't get any sleep. So I pulled an all-nighter, went home, went straight to the cell phone store, got a new SIM card, got my phone back, spent the whole afternoon on the phone, blocking my credit cards, changing all my passwords, like everything. Completely missed my shows. My tickets were non-transferable because, you know, Christmas tickets in New York City are like a huge thing. So they're very particular about them. You can't even give them to someone else. Like, it has to be the person's name who bought them showing up to see the show type thing. So that sucked. So yeah, so that was a little bit crazy. And then of course, after pulling that all-nighter, got sick again. And it wasn't as bad this time because I was sort of still sick from before. So got sick again, rested. And then it was Christmas time. And then I was working from the 24th to the 26th or the 23rd. Anyways, I was working a 4-day pairing over Christmas. Then I had a single day off. Then I worked another 4-day pairing. Then I had a single day off. Then I worked a New Year's Eve pairing and just everything. So I worked the entire holiday season is the end of that story. And that was obviously extremely busy. Lots of people fly at that time of year and, you know, everything that goes along with that. So that was really busy. And then fast forward to the beginning of January, my mom ended up getting time off from work that she didn't expect. So I quickly dropped as many pairings as I could, and we decided to take an impromptu vacation to Punta Cana. And that meant I had to miss swimming again, which was unfortunate, but you know, life is short, and I wanted to do this with my mom and go on this vacation because she hasn't been on a real vacation in years and she really needed it. So we had an amazing time. We stayed at a really nice place. We literally booked the vacation the day before, and then we went, and then got back at like 10 p.m. and I was on call at 3 a.m. the next morning, and they called me. Of course. They called me. They called me every single day, and I had to work. And then I was just exhausted. So then I had to miss swimming again. And then last night, finally, I got back into the pool. So it had been over a month since I did any swimming, any working out, and I finally got back to practice. And it felt really good because I was starting to feel so discouraged. Like, that much time away from the pool, I was starting to feel like I was a disappointment because I was never there and I wasn't showing any commitment. And I mean, yeah, it wasn't my fault that I got sick for so long, but like it's mentally draining. It makes you feel really bad because you have all these expectations of what you want to do, and then you're not even going to practice, and people are thinking like you're not dedicated and everything. So like there was that whole mental aspect to it, and then the physical aspect of not actually exercising, just like a double whammy. I was just feeling so super discouraged. Like for me, exercise is my mental health. Like, it's so important. If I don't exercise, the depression really starts to creep up, the self-doubt, like everything. It spirals, you know what I mean? So it was really important to me. So yeah, got back in the pool last night. It was a really hard practice. My first competition is in less than a month, so we didn't really have time to mess around. We had to like get into it. At some points, I was so tired, I wanted to cry. Like, I'm not even joking. I was holding back the tears. I was so exhausted, but worked through it, and yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. Is my first competition gonna be like super amazing? No, it's definitely not. I'm not really gonna swim any better than I have in the past. I'm fairly certain, and that makes sense because I haven't put in the work. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the results, and that's just the way it is. So I'm going to go anyway, and I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to move forward. I cannot just spend all this time dwelling on the past, woulda, shoulda, coulda. It is what it is. I was sick, I was exhausted, I had problems with my phone and everything, and then, like everything. It is what it is. So yeah. And then I also felt bad because I wasn't getting any work done for YouTube, obviously. And, I want to keep this going. This is something I've always wanted to do. So then I felt guilty about that. And just, yeah, I'm like a guilt person. I feel guilty very easily. And I'm very hard on myself. And I have very high standards. So, but whatever. We're gonna move forward. And then the other thing that's been really on my mind a lot lately is finances. I'm working really, really hard to try and set myself up for success, getting rid of debt, getting a plan in place for retirement, working on those things. And I've been working on this for years, like since I became a flight attendant and my income dropped. I've just been, figuring things out and looking on how I could make a plan for the future. So it is coming together and things are going well. It's really on the forefront of my mind right now because time is running out. You're not getting any younger. So like I really gotta think about this, and it's starting to come together, which makes you a little more like less patient because finally things are starting to come together. My plan should be complete within the next 3 years, and then I'll really be in a good position. Knock on wood, anything could happen in the meantime, but so far things are coming together, and it's an amazing feeling, but it's also a guilty feeling because a lot of that coming togetherness is because of my mom's sacrifices. She makes an insane amount of sacrifices and work for me so that I can set myself up for success, which is amazing. And yeah, I mean, I could get into this whole big thing, but I'm not going to because that's not what today's video is about. But yeah, so that is taking up a huge chunk of my brain space as well. And then also I recently got into diet culture. One of my friends on Instagram who I worked with previously, she's this like amazing person, and she is a eating disorder recovery coach, and she talks a lot about diet culture, which made me like, what is this diet culture, whatever. And I read this book, which I'll link somewhere up here. I read this book, like just starting to dive into it, and it's talking about how harmful diet culture is for our mental health and everything, which is what I've experienced myself. So the continuation of years and years of trying to accept myself for who I am is going to another level. It's still continuing, and now I'm getting this whole diet culture thrown in there, and it's just a lot. So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about finances. I'm thinking about how I haven't been swimming, and then I have work on top of that, and like, oh my god. So it's so much stuff. So that's why I haven't been getting a lot done. I just have a lot on my plate. So I need to focus down, start to get organized. I'm, knock on wood, not sick right now. So I'm gonna like use this good health to just keep focusing in on what it is that I need to do. Let me check my list, talking about organization, make sure there's nothing I missed. Yeah, I think that's the bulk of what I wanted to talk to you about today. I'm sorry it's such a rambly, chatty little video, but it just gives you a little bit idea of like what I've been thinking about, what I've been focusing on, and where I've been, why I haven't posted a video in so long. So going forward, I'm gonna get back into training, and I'm feeling positive about that once again because I had a practice last night. Amazing what that'll do for you. And just like get back into the swing of things. So I'm gonna let go of the past. I'm going to try to not be so hard on myself for the time that I've missed, and just like get back on the horse and get back to going. So, you know, it's the beginning of January, it's the beginning of 2020. You might have made resolutions for yourself. You might have goals that you're working on. And if they're not going the way that you thought they would, try to take it easy on yourself. Try to just objectively take a step back, reassess, look at why maybe it hasn't been going the way you wanted to. Was it a lack of planning, a lack of organization? Was it that your goal was too difficult? Like, look at those things and say like, hey, is this realistic? Is this something I can actually do? Okay, it is something I can do. How can I do it? Like, take a look at things. Just try not to be too hard on yourself. You can set high standards for yourself without beating yourself up, and life is about finding that balance. So try to find that balance. If you're beating yourself up, please stop. Please stop. Let's together take it easy on ourselves. Let's work for our goals, but not kill ourselves in the process. Okay? Let's do that. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video, and hopefully it's going to be something other than just a rambly chat for you, but I'm not making any promises because I'm doing the best I can with this. You know what I mean? All right. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.